Welcome back to Royal Roots Farm. So I came out here to get some eggs from my chickens. These beautiful, colorful eggs from my chickens. But I also wanted to check on some things in the garden. So as you all know, those of you that have been following me on the other social media platforms, which I have not been doing the greatest job with YouTube, which is why I'm posting this video today. But I do post pretty regularly on TikTok and Instagram. But you all know that I did not do a big garden this year. I had a lot of projects going on with the animals, and I didn't have any help with the garden outside of my mom coming and weeding a little bit. But as far as planting and cultivating and all that stuff, I didn't have any help. And so some things died, some things did not go very far. And the only things that are left are things that kind of were determined, such as this holy basil here that I did not plant. I did not plant this, and it's all over this bed that was supposed to be okra, and instead it is a bed full of holy basil and like little okra plants that are suffering. I am not getting very much okra because the holy basil has taken over this bed. Now, the crazy thing is, like, this is a new bed that I just put up. Well, not a new bed. It was one of the ones that I took down and I rebuilt. And I used new soil. So I'm a little confused how I got a bunch of volunteer holy basil plants. I did use some of the old soil, like at the bottom, but everything on top is like new compost. So they are determined. Okay, they're obviously determined. I did plant some of the squash, and so that's coming up a little bit. So hopefully we'll get some squash here shortly. It wasn't planted very long ago, so we're a little behind. I got sweet potatoes just all over this. You can't even see the bed really anymore, and so I'm excited about that. But holy basil, I didn't plant any holy basil over here. I also got some ground cherries in this bed too, so it's just a lot going on over here. That in-ground garden over there, it has holy basil as well. I tried to plant green beans, but it's been so dry. The soil will not stay wet. Even if I turn the sprinklers on like every other night, all night long, by the time it goes through the heat of the day, it's completely dry again. I do have some sugar babies, so I went ahead and tied them up with some produce bags. I did a few of them that's kind of hanging high. The ones that are like on the ground, I didn't need to. I just didn't want these when they got bigger to like fall and bust open. It looks like I'm gonna get some loofahs hopefully soon. We'll see. I mean, the bees are over here every day I come, so I don't see why I wouldn't be getting any, but the blossoms are like, I don't know what's happening. I just don't know. I got some melons growing over here, and then some more tomatoes. My corn is back here, which I had somewhat of a mishap with the corn. Some animal, let me show you. Some animal came and trampled my corn. So it looks like they're trying to stand back up, but I don't think it's gonna happen. So this whole section right here has just fallen over. I don't know if it was my goats when they got out or if it's some other animal, but the corn got trampled in this big section right here. But we're still gonna get some corn. It's still growing. I'm gonna get from over here because I don't know what's in there, but it sounded like something living. And that's really it. Like, I do still have my mint and my thyme that, you know, come back every year. I have a few pepper plants in here. But the garden did not get the attention it needed this year. So I'm hoping that next year, as I work through some administrative stuff with this farm, I'm able to afford some help, because this project is getting a lot bigger than just me, and that's difficult. So we'll see, fingers crossed. Other than that, y'all, I am going to go inside and clean some collards because I'm going to cook collards tomorrow for dinner. And I want to go ahead and get my prep done. But I just wanted to pop on and say hi. Oh, those of you on YouTube, I don't think you all know or have met the new additions. I have decided that I am going to build a rabbitry. I got rabbits. I got my first rabbit about a month ago, maybe. And maybe not even a whole month ago. Yeah, probably about a month ago. And I loved it so much. And then I went to a rabbit processing class, and I loved that so much. I mean, the biggest difference between processing the rabbits and processing chickens is it does not smell. Processing chickens is a very stinky job. Like, the smell stays in my nostrils for a very long time, to the point where when I'm going to cook the meat while it's in its raw stages, I smell that smell like when you dunk it in the scalding water. And so that is the biggest difference. The second biggest is I don't have to pluck feathers. Pulling the pelts off of rabbits are a lot easier than plucking chickens. So those are the two biggest things. But if I'm looking at cost efficiency, the number one thing is you don't have to raise them as long to get meat off of these. And even so, like with meat birds, you don't have to raise those for longer than 8 to 10 weeks either, but you can't reproduce those. You have to continuously buy meat birds. For me, being able to breed the rabbits and reproduce without having to depend on going to like a feed store or somewhere to buy them every year is a big deal. It's a huge deal. Also, they tend to, they're pregnant for only 28 days. They tend to have litters of, on average, 7 to 8 kits. And so the economic benefit is amazing with rabbits. And so I've fallen in love with the idea of building a rabbitry. So I love my goats, I love my chickens, but my rabbits. So when I went to this rabbit processing class, the lady, I didn't know she was doing this, but she had rabbits for sale for breeders. And so I had to get some. Now, I originally got Max. Max was the first rabbit I got. I did not get it from the rabbit processing class. Hi, Max. He is a New Zealand, and I got him as my first breeder buck. Then I went to the rabbit processing class, and I met Marty. Marty McFly is, let me open this up so you can see him. Marty McFly He is a Rex buck. He's a year old. And he is already proven. And the lady said that the litters that come from him are as big as 12. So that's going to be the first buck I breed with some of my other rabbits. These rabbits here, one of them was supposed to be a female, and they are all males. I went and double checked them, and they are all males, which is fine because I got them from someone who was just trying to get rid of them. And so the idea for them is I'm growing those out for meat. So being all males is not terrible. They're only about 8 weeks old, 8 or 9 weeks old. So I'm going to process them in about 4 weeks. Now, that is my temporary hanging cages system that I got until I build the hutches that I need. However, because these 3 were a lot larger, and I got them from the meat processing class. It's 2 American chinchillas and 1 silver fox. I had to put them down here because they were too heavy to be in those hanging cages. Freya and Rebecca, can y'all stop eating my clothes? You just want to say hi? And then Haley is eating my clothes from the back. You want to say hi too? I don't know. But so I'm going to breed. I got a doe and a buck of the American chinchillas, and then I have a doe of the silver fox. So I'm going to breed the buck to both of those ladies, and hopefully get a really good meat stock from them. The Rex Marty, he is going to, I'm going to use him for now for a friend of mine who has, some New Zealand does in the fall when it's time to breed them. So that is the plan. So as you can see, this is why the garden did not get the attention that it needed, because I was doing other things. But that's just a little update here on the farm. Hopefully, as I stated before, as some things come in for me, I applied for a few things, grants, a fellowship. If I can get the help that I need, I'll be able to produce or create more content, as well as produce more in the garden in the coming year. So y'all pray for me, okay? But yeah, so thanks for hanging out with me. I just wanted to kind of give you all a little quick update. You guys have already met the goats. Now you've met my rabbits. These are chicks that I hatched out in April. So they are going to go into that coop in the fall, and the chickens that are in there are going to be processed in the fall as I reset my flock. So like, share, subscribe. I'm hoping to get some more content up. The more engagement, the more motivation for me to create more content. So if you made it this far, do me a favor and like it and share it, and let's get the algorithm up so I can actually start to make some money so I can make some more content. Until next time, y'all, be blessed.